Thank you so much. Awula Serwah is National Coordinator for Eco-Conscious Citizens, one of the former CSOs in the environmental space.
Eco-Conscious Citizens may be one of the prominent environmental organizations in Ghana, but how did it get here? What is its backstory? Its founder, Awula Serwah, is a Ghanaian-born lawyer with a long-held interest in environmental issues. She formed the East La Environmental Group over 30 years ago, which, among other things, tried to beautify her local area of La in Accra. Upon relocating to London, she oversaw a number of environmental programs as part of her work with the BTWSC voluntary organization. These programs included the It's Cool Too and taking a stand against fly tipping and littering environmental projects. She received a Brent Citizenship Award in 2007 in recognition of her voluntary work, and in 2017 was recognized as a Brent Community Champion for her environmental work. In 2020, she was honored as one of the MyPad most influential people of African descent, heroes of climate change. In 2017, the left-leaning Global African Jeremy Corbyn supporting group, Africans Forum, turned its attention to the GALAMSEY menace. It delivered a letter to President Akufo-Addo through the Ghana High Commission in London, expressing its concern about GALAMSEY and urged the government to deal with the menace. It received a polite response from the President's office.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. And so Brother Phil was telling us that the water and sewage authorities have said that the water can no longer be treated. Please,
because of the level of the density of the sludge cells in the water.
It's above what their machinery
the machine can handle.
We're told that you have a nice letter for His Excellency the President, and that we were, as the post boys and girls, to come and receive that.
You're the chorus. Yeah, you are the chorus. Very honored to have you as our chorus.
So I think essentially from our part, that's the essence of our interaction with you this afternoon. So we want to listen to you. Maybe you do us the honor by introducing yourself so that we get to know who we are meeting with, and then we can take it from there. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. We just want to say that we are grateful that we've been able to meet with you. You wrote, and Ms. Quay was kind enough to forward the emails, and we are very grateful that 12 people has come and actually having this meeting. So we want to thank the three of you for meeting with us. My name is Awula Serwah, and I'm the secretary of Africans For. Africans For is a collective of Africans, and when we say Africans, we mean from the continent of Africa and also from the diaspora, whose aim is to empower Africans and see to it that they have a good life at home and also abroad, wherever they find themselves. So we made up of different organizations who have this one aim. And I'm also a member of Law 86 Forum in Ghana.
Yeah, good afternoon. We really appreciate you accommodating us this afternoon. My name is Kwaku. I work with Awula Serwah in Africans For, in a number of organizations. We're very much interested in things at home and abroad. So here we're very much interested in politics and particularly history as well. So we do a lot of history programs, a lot of community development in terms of education, music industry and stuff. And yeah, the environment is something we, as an organization called BTWS, we've done a number of environment-based programs. So it stood to reason that seeing the email rings going on, the WhatsApp call, the people saying this is what's happening in Ghana, that people are just sending things, and this woman is a serious activist. She doesn't just like to send things, she wants us to do more than that. So that's how come we are here this afternoon. Thank you very much.
And just to add, he's with African Histories Revisited, and we think that history is fundamental, because the people who have no knowledge of their history, they lose the inspiration that comes from the study of history. So the High Commission has been kind enough to host a number of history programs we have organized over the years. So we are grateful. We are grateful for that. Yes.
So as Kwaku said,
Even before I came to this country in 2000, I knew about Galamsey, it was going on. But over the past few weeks, people have been circulating WhatsApp messages, and I saw the River Accra, which was blue, turn dark brown, and I saw the aerial footage, and we just decided that enough is enough. So we shared with Law 86, and we decided that let's come together, organizations in Ghana. We've contacted City and FM, Occupy Ghana, the Ghanaian journalists, and we're saying that it's a collaborative effort. We are Ghanaians or Africans, and we think that enough is enough. Ghana is the country we have. Even if we are here, our hearts are in Ghana. So let's do something. Let's not just circulate the message. What can we do about it? And there was a piece in The Guardian, which was in 2013, where The Guardian interviewed Ghanaian officials about Galamsey. And they were told that by the end of the year, that was by the end of 2013, the whole situation would have been brought under control. And as we can all see, we are in 2017, and that has not been the case. Now with the illegal mining, we are particularly concerned about the ecocide, because the environment, we know that lots of things are just being dumped. The water situation, my brother Nick will come in there. And we know that there's a danger to agriculture, human life, and the fish. Yeah. We like eating fish. What would be the outcome of eating fish that has
mercury?
And all sorts of things. So we thought that as a matter of extreme urgency, all the areas being threatened should be secured. Law enforcement should go there and secure it. Because we heard people talking about having farms, going to a wedding, coming back, their farms have just been dug up. They've been to the police to report, and no action has been taken. And so we thought that as a matter of extreme urgency, those areas should be secured, and then we can find out who is there legally, who is there illegally. Those there illegally should face the full rigors of the law. Foreign nationals then should be, after the full rigors of the law have been gone into, if they are found guilty, the judicial process should go through, and they should be deported afterwards. And we're also concerned about national security, because we saw clips of the guns available, actually seeing the case challenge, and we're saying that if people have guns, it can escalate. So we need to nip this in the bud. And we also want the environmental protection. They have an Akobin flagship program. We think it should be strengthened so that they can actually do what they are supposed to be doing, not just there on paper, but actually implementing. And I think the last thing we thought was of importance was that we know that His Excellency the President has talked about, is it a factory in every district? And we thought that this should start with the Galamsey areas, because when you are stopping this, I remember hearing a member of parliament talking about the income of the people engaged in Galamsey. So obviously the Galamsey has to stop, that's not negotiable, but we do understand that we should also look at the income. So it's also saying that even with the cleaning up, we should involve the locals, and side by side there should be educational programs so they understand the severity of the situation, because we heard somebody saying we have to eat. You'll not be there long if you've been poisoned. So if you understand the situation, then you'd understand that we have to stop this. But we also need to say, how are they going to survive? And we need to look into that. So I think I've gone over most of the areas in the letter.
Yeah. In 2019, upon hearing about a plan by the Ministry of Local Government to build a multi-storey office complex on Parks and Gardens land in Accra, Awula Serwah began a campaign to resist this concretization of Parks and Gardens land. And with that campaign, Eco-Conscious Citizens was born. A petition to the President seeking assurances that the Parks and Gardens HQ will be kept for green-focused usage was signed by over 3,000 individuals and organizations. It was duly delivered to the Ministry of Local Government and the President's Office. Although no reply was received, the consistent campaign by eco-conscious citizens has led to no building on the land thus far.
We need to take a look around. We need to fix up our end.
Look around, are you proud of what you see? Your environment is your responsibility. This is where your home is. It deserves some harmony. Stop neglecting you and stop neglecting
call to the government and to the public. We need to make decisions that's more constructive. When it comes to Ghana's parks and gardens, Accra must not lose by replacing them with offices or any type of building. Keep the bricks off it. Green space is awesome. We need a word of caution on the effects of climate change, and if we lost them, clean air that trees breathe and other offerings. More concrete jungle will just leave us coughing. The children need natural beauty to embark in careers, sustaining communities and its markets. Natural beauty, that's Ghana's red carpet. Accra to Kumasi, we must rally a posse to change the aims of this road that's getting rocky. Decide now for the future lest we stumble and suffocate in another concrete jungle.
Look around, are you proud of what you see? Your environment is your responsibility. This is where your home is. It deserves some harmony. Stop neglecting you and stop neglecting me.
Hands off, our parks and gardens. Hands off, don't make us beg for pardons. Hands off, cause enough is enough. Build elsewhere, this land don't touch. We not need no more concrete jungle, no. What we need is natural land restored. To Accra we say, oh, no, no. God not come lest we grow. Oh, hands off, our parks and gardens. Hands off, don't make us beg for pardons. Hands off, cause enough is enough. Build elsewhere, this land don't touch.
But the key issue he's raising about climate funding, it's a challenge for many African countries, particularly knowing that we're facing a double tragedy, recovering from COVID and then the Russian-Ukraine war. And countries will now have to find more funds to deal with issues confronting the planet. So if that's the case, he's made a good call, isn't it?
Good afternoon. Thank you for having me. He has made a call. But what I would also add is that we also have to make sure that we do the best we can in our present circumstances. And I can't see that that is presently the case. If we are concerned about climate change, there are measures we should be taking, which we probably are not. So yes, it's good for, I wouldn't say richer nations, because Africa is a very, very rich continent. In fact, perhaps the richest continent. But what I am going to say is that we are not doing ourselves any favors. We look at the way we are allowing GALAMSEY to pollute our lands, to poison our waters, and we are not doing much about it. We look at the way we are allowing structures on Ramsar sites to continue.
My party is Ghana, so I'm only interested in people who put Ghana first. But I won't say that all politicians are terrible. But we do face an existential thing themselves where they let down by organized labor, but that's not the end of the story. We will regroup and we will organize ourselves to in the NDC and ensure that we save this country from destruction. We face an existential threat. We face an existential threat. Our forest reserves are being destroyed by illegal miners. Our water bodies are being poisoned. We all know that once we are destroying our forest cover,
Awula Serwah is the National Coordinator of Eco-Conscious Citizens. I will appreciate your time here on Ghana Tonight. You made this demand, organized labor make this demand of the state of emergency to be declared. The president hasn't considered that. Now, how much of a difference really is it going to make from your view?
You can see that things are getting worse. We heard about Erastus being attacked by heavily armed illegal miners or their security. I mean, this raises serious security concerns. We have the existential threat we are facing to do with the poisoning of our water bodies. The landscape has been poisoned, so our food is also being poisoned. We have the birth defects.
I'd like to find out from you what specific immediate action do you believe the government should take if a state of emergency is declared to effectively combat illegal mining and the impact?
Government needs to immediately declare a state of emergency and clear all illegal miners or all miners from our forest reserves and our water bodies. That there needs to be a number that the community can call when they see people approaching so that they are immediately dealt with. We don't wait for them to become entrenched before we act. First, we really need to act today. And you see, it's a bit of being disingenuous when we talk about the amount of money we get from mining, because we know that we get far more from remittances and from non-traditional exports. So yes, we get something from mining, but not as much money as we get from remittances. And is it worth destroying the Ghanaian environment? Is it worth having the ecocide we have, such that even crops that we grow are poisoned? Like recently, some tubers and plantain that were sent outside were found to contain mercury. We also have the water. The Ghana water is not taking away the mercury if there's any or metals. So what we are drinking could be poisoned water. We really need to sit up. We don't want to wait till Ghanaians are dropping dead before we begin to act.
Fundamental problems in the country. So I'm challenging the president to redeem his presidency by immediately revoking LI 2462 and EI 144 and pausing community mining. He still has a few days before his presidency is up, and he needs to redeem it. Because remember, he put his presidency on the line, having recognized what I'm talking about, and he hasn't done anything. We have a concert, and we're screening a documentary on the 23rd of November.